If you do not attach you to whatever big or little God has given you, you find yourself in waters.
Prophet Kakande is a Ugandan senior pastor and head of Synagogue Church All Nations in Mulago, Kubiri. He was born on 5th May 1981 in Uganda. Pastor Kakande's journey into the church began when he got saved under the full gospel ministry, but turned his back on it with the arrival of Prophet John Obiri Yeboah.
This man came from Ghana. He was called Prophet John Obiri Yeboah. He was a great prophet. He came in 72. He came back in 86 and 87. 87 he went to glory. This is the man who spoke to my life.
Prophet John Obiri Yeboah, who had established a church in Mulago in 1978. Pastor Kakande sought prayers from his prophet, who further introduced him to his path. Later on, in 2000, Pastor Kakande took over leadership from Prophet John Obiri Yeboah in Mulago and became the leader of the church the prophet had left for him. Prophet Kakande met the late Nigerian pastor called T.B. Joshua, who became his spiritual father and mentored him in everything. He eventually went ahead and borrowed the name of his church, Synagogue Church of All Nations. Pastor Kakande rose to fame as a result of his miracles. His church started gaining more people because most of them wanted to go and be healed. The miracles he could perform include healing, curing people of bedwetting, bareness, skin diseases, and medically incurable diseases like HIV. He is also famous for his holy rice and water, where he could sell a kilogram of rice for over 50,000 Ugandan shillings, which is a whopping $10. This didn't stop his followers because many could still buy it in large numbers. Due to all these miracles, Prophet Kakande was and has been disowned and criticized by fellow pastors and Christians over his satanic doings in the church. Scary stories have been told about him by the victims of his services. In 2006, Kakande was disowned by the umbrella body of Pentecostal churches in Uganda, saying he failed to cope with the born-again code of conduct. The most fascinating thing about Pastor Kakande's relationships is that he has been in about 5 relationships. With all of these, he has divorced 4 women, including Prophetess Lois, who was his first wife. In 1997, he married a tall, light-skinned, beautiful Congolese lady called Margaret Emily Pedeza in DRC Congo at Butembo. Misfortune then befell Kakande after the Congolese wife failed to conceive, accusing Kakande of firing blanks. He then went ahead to divorce the Congolese lady and married a Rwandese woman. Unfortunately, things didn't go well with her and he decided to divorce her too. In 2009, he secretly married a Philippine wife from Manila City. His congregation caught wind when they heard the news after he introduced her during a church service. In 2017, Prophet Kakande ran mad and was admitted to a mental clinic. It was claimed that Kakande suffered mental illness as a result of his all-powerful evil snake's mysterious death. The snake was his god that offered him powers to manipulate followers. Prophet Kakande's known child is Sam Kakande, who joined the Seventh-day Adventist Church, saying he can no longer live a life of lies, stage-managed miracles, witchcraft, and endless evil sacrifices. On 14th Jan 2018, Kakande's son revealed this at Nambole Stadium during the annual corporate prayer day, which was hosted by the Seventh-day Adventist Church. Around the same year, 2018, Pastor Kakande faced the Parliamentary Committee on Natural Resources for illegal sand mining done by his company Aquaworld Uganda Limited in Luela Wetland in Kalungu and Mpigi district. The activity was said to be affecting the environment negatively and his land titles were cancelled. During the COVID-19 lockdown, Prophet Kakande decided to push a hand and donated 3 tons of maize flour to the underprivileged persons in Mpigi district through Aqua World, a company he owns. The donation was accomplished by 10 million Ugandan shillings, which were received by the RDC Rose Basaija and the district chairperson Peter Clever Mutuluza at the district headquarters. The donation was the first relief support to the district task force since the lockdown was announced in March 2020, which had lasted for 2 weeks. Speaking of his mighty aid he did, Pastor Kakande has a net worth of over $1.7 million, which is approximately 6.07 billion Ugandan shillings, which were used for the church activities and philanthropy of the church on orphans and sick in the villages and in the Kampala city area. Pastor Kakande's net worth permits him to enjoy the most expensive life. He owns 2 lavish mansions. One of them is in Muyenga Hill, which is valued to cost around 3 billion Ugandan shillings, while the other house is in Gaba and costs around 2 billion Ugandan shillings.